Hi, everybody. Continuing with Metamorphosis Alpha's attributes, or ability scores, the numbers that make your PC be able to do things, the raw numbers. Okay, so strength. Let's take a look at it, what the original rules said. This ability indicates a player's damaging power in any given battle situation. Every point over 14 increases the damage done by the player by 1, with regard to striking weapons only. A being using a bow and having a strength of 18 will do only the normal damage done by a bow. The same factor works in reverse, with a strength of 6 causing damage at -1 point. Then when we flash forward to Gamma World, it's a very similar rule, except it's strength over 15 and strength less than 6 that gives your corresponding bonuses or penalties. In addition, they say, check out the physical combat section. Rating so you can understand the capabilities of certain unusual, strenuous physical actions. What they're talking about is fatigue. And so they have a fatigue rule in Gamma World, which we'll look at separately. I didn't really see that in the original Metamorphosis Alpha rules, unless I find it in a magazine article. I am working not off of the big, cool Goodman's book. It's on my to-get list where it's all together. I am working off of the resources I have on this, guys. So I'm just, like everybody, broke, So, but we learned some things by looking at this. So Gamma World made their bonus higher, as far as the number you needed to have to start getting your bonus, and they decreased the penalty as well. So that means Metamorphosis Alpha's maximum bonus is +4, whereas Gamma World's is +3. When you look at the penalty, Metamorphosis Alpha, -6, Gamma World is -5. This means your mechanical spread of what would be normal, non-bonus, is 8 in Metamorphosis Alpha, but 10 in Gamma World. This means Metamorphosis Alpha is the less forgiving game, whereas Gamma World is a little more forgiving. So even though it doesn't look that when you see the +4, ooh, I can get +4. Well, you can also get a bigger negative, and your average spread is less. So that's one of the differences there. I also took a look at, old D&D from Minimagic and also from Greyhawk Supplement. It was Greyhawk Supplement that introduced the whole strength 3 to 4, hit probability is -2, damage is -1, weight allowance is -100, open doors on a 1, and so on for the fighter class. And then eventually, like everybody ended up using this. Like, if you're strong enough to do this, then you would be able to do it, right? I just remember everybody shifting that. So it has a whole little chart in here, and you could work up the equivalent chart for Metamorphosis Alpha, or you could simply do things like assigning hit points to objects that somebody wants to break or bend or lift, and or similar type of roll situation like open doors, lifted object. You could make that like a category, and work up a similar on a 1, on a 1 to 2, on a 1 to 3, on a 1 to 4, 1 to 5, on a 6-sided dice, which is what would be the easiest thing to do. So when you're dealing with a raw system like Metamorphosis Alpha 1E, you have to think more abstractly. You don't necessarily need a lot of charts. You just need to go, well, what does strength do? Well, strength affects damage. You can break things, you can bend things, so then you just assign a hit points. And you let the player roll to see if they can affect that kind of damage, for example. Or you just make up a little mechanic like open doors that they have in the world and the Greyhawk supplement for original D&D, and they either can lift it or they can't. That's or open it or they can't, or bend it or they can't. I don't think bend bars was in here yet. No, it wasn't in here yet. Like I think that shows up in advanced D&D. But that is how you handle that stuff. You can just make a judgment call. How hard is it going to be? Caller. Unknown caller. I don't know you. I'm hanging up on you. It's a scam. Trust me. So that is strength, which was pretty easy. The final attribute we need to look at is leadership potential. Now this gets more complicated. Plus there's a typo in the original rules that they fixed in one of the Dragon magazines. I'll have to go look that up. Concerning what they say in the rules concerning leadership potential. So there you have it. That's going to be a much more complicated one. That affects your followers, all that kind of stuff. And so we'll have to look at what Gamma World has and what old D&D had. So that'll be a much longer video. Might have to do a two-parter. I was looking at the amount of material that leadership potential affects. But that's basically like charisma. So I hope you're enjoying these. Have a great day. Obviously, on break from work doing stuff. Everybody stay awesome, rock your rolls, and have fun playing games, new and old. Bye. Oh, like, subscribe, comment. And if you don't like it, double click the thumbs down. Bye.